Okay, so second time doing this video, I'm gonna try to be a little bit more to the point. I did clear my cache uh, to uh, to do this. So again, hopefully I don't get interrupted because I was telling it the first time and it was going good, and then it was like, oh, maximum storage. But I'm just like, I paid for more storage. But anyway, that's a whole nother thing. So I'm gonna try to get to the point much quicker. But anyway, first off, hi. I know it's been a very long time since I posted anything. For a minute, I gave up on my channel, but I also gave up on TikTok at the same time, which I was just like, well, it's just time to just don't like pick up your channel again. You know, like that. It's just time to go back to YouTube because what I wanted to say and post on TikTok, I had already, kind of TikTok jaded at this point. Um, and so I'm just like, you know what? You're not supposed to put it on TikTok anyway. It's supposed to just revitalize your channel. And I think this is a good video because, I think this is a good thing to pick up on. I can't remember the last video that I posted. I may have been, hell, I may have still been homeless at the time of my last video. I don't know. It's been a minute. So, anyway, I'm back. Hello. Hello. I wanted to tell you guys this story. So the past couple of days have been like really interesting when it comes to like my energy and things like that. And one thing when you are resting in your authenticity and you're just doing you, when people send you negative energy, they're just trying to take you out of your fuck it mode, and you have to really like find a way to recalibrate and settle back into your fuck it mode, right? Because your authenticity is your resting place. That's where everything is true, everything is right, you know? And if you deviate from that by putting on a front, a show, or anything, then, you know, it's not restful. It's too much tension. And so, the story of authenticity that I wanted to share, part of my journey with you guys, because I think this was a really big breaking point for me when it comes to like really being myself. So, anyway, I spent a lot of last year homeless, like living out of my car, living in between Airbnbs, things like that. And at this point of my life, I've really felt like, okay, I'm doing this shit on my own. I have no support. Like, I have fake love. Um, I have people that didn't flinch when I told them I was homeless. People that I did. This video is not about that. Anyway, I spent a lot of last year homeless, and I thought to myself, you know, since I have no one but myself, and since I don't have a reason or any incentive to fake it anymore, why the fuck am I faking anything? Like, I should just do what I want to do, be who I want to be. Hell, I'm on the streets. Who gonna check me? Who gonna stop me? And so, um, while even though I didn't have stable housing, I still kept up with myself. You know, I went to the gym, tried to shower every day. uh, um, I at one point where I was a little comfortable, or I had a smooth like, you know, Airbnb situation. I was like getting my nails done, and I had a little bit extra. So I started wearing jewelry, I started getting my nails done, and I started expressing the feminine side of me a little bit more than I ever had in my life, and I was loving it. And there was actually a bracelet that I had that I actually intended to give to my mom. I had got it from Thailand. I saw it, I thought it was so gorgeous, and I thought about my mom, and I never got the bracelet to her. Um, I hadn't seen her in a long time. I did see her after the Thailand trip, but I didn't have the gift on me. Anyway, long story short, uh, at this point of my journey and being homeless, I knew that the relationship with my mother was broken and beyond repair. You know, like, I hate to say it, but I have to say it. Like, I've come to the acceptance of, like, I did all that I can do, and if we never talk again, and if, you know what I'm saying, if, I don't want to go there, but if I have to accept that, then I have to accept that, and you know what I'm talking about. So anyway, I took the bracelet, I looked at it, and I had thought about calling her, but I didn't. I was like, you know, I think I'm gonna gift this to myself. So the gift that I was gonna give to her, I gave it to myself, and I wore that. It was a God, it eludes me the name of it right now. It was very beautiful. It was very beautiful. It was pink. It had a little bit of gold in it. Not heart chakra. The heart chakra is green. It's the stone that that deals with the heart, but it's pink. Oh my God. Sorry. And I am still waking up. If you know the name of the stone, you can put it in the comments. But anyway, and pink is actually my birthstone too. So I was like, I'm gonna embrace this. I'm gonna make this gift mine. And so I was wearing jewelry. I was painting my nails. I was really just loving being more feminine. I was loving it. And this is where that whole paradigm and ideology and politically correctness shit started to try to invade my mind. So I had actually put in a application for like a worship leader at this church. I have had experience of leading worship and even creating set lists for like a mega church. A branch of a mega church, and I was really good at it. I even like I led the youth worship as well, the youth worship division for a little bit. And so I looked at this was years ago, you know. But I looked at the job description. I was like, I've had experience doing this. I can do it again. And so after having a conversation, like I had a conversation with the recruiter. He was like, I really like your resume, and thank you for sharing your story. It's so impactful. I'd love to keep in touch, and I will definitely let you know what we have. I think we have 1 or 2 positions that may be open that you would be qualified for. And I didn't think anything of it. Like, we just exchanged Instagrams, and then it wasn't until later where I thought about it. I was like, maybe I should dial back the femininity, or maybe I should, you know, hide my Instagram story from this person. Right, I don't want to hurt my chances of getting this job. But then I thought about, this is where I thought about it, and I was like, how authentic are you really gonna be, right? So I thought about it, and I was like, you know, at this point in my life, even though I am homeless and I am looking for work, I really don't want to fake anything about me to make any type of living. So I'm not gonna dial back my femininity. I'm not gonna dial back me posting my new nail color. You know what I'm saying? And I knew that I wasn't gonna be like a good fit, or that recruiter was gonna see a couple of stories and be like, oh no, he's not what we're looking for. And I'd rather not be in an environment that I'm not welcome in. I'd rather not be in a situation that is not the right fit. For me, everything has to be aligned. I have to be able to be my comfortable self, and it feels right. It works. Because I had reached a breakthrough in my thinking about how I, you know, like made my money, or what I was and wasn't going to accept, because I had fought the dynamic of toxic leadership and stuff. I did all that shit already, and I wasn't going to be micromanaged on, especially not my personality or how I express myself. And so I was like, fuck it. He can see my stories of me being feminine and and girly and cute, and he can change his mind. He can unfollow me if he wants, and we could call it a day, you know. And so I'm gonna end the video with this because we're at 10 minutes. Well, so what really solidified what ended my time of being a Christian participating in a mass mega church type of setting, what really ended my time was this. It wasn't that. It wasn't like, oh, I'm gay and I'm bisexual and I'm expressing my femininity and I'm turned down for a Christian job. It wasn't that. It wasn't that. What really kind of like ended, and what really my time as a Christian to a mass mega church, because I was attending one at the time too. I wasn't attending regularly, but I was attending one, and just finding community and support in a small group. And so the church was doing this thing where they were promoting them, and they were like, hey, we would love to talk to you and get your story. And I was like, okay, cool. And they were like, we are going to show it to the whole church, just so you know. And I'm like, okay, fine. Everybody kind of knew I was homeless anyway. There was nothing I was going to be ashamed about. But okay, I'm gonna try to get through this quick. So I was hyping myself up for this interview. I'm like, okay, let me do my hair, let me, blah, blah, blah. And then I thought about it, and I was like, I think I'm gonna be myself. I'm gonna have an authentic conversation. I'm gonna be myself. I didn't have the questions in advance or anything like that. I was like, I'm gonna be myself, I'm gonna be honest. And I'm not gonna put too much pressure on it. It's just a conversation, and I have to look at it that way. I'm not going to try to fake anything or present anything. I'm going to give my real thoughts and experiences on what this is for me. And so I sat down with the interviewer, and first we had coffee, and then they set the lights up and they did the mic, and I wasn't in my head about anything. She asked questions, I gave her answers. Was very clear, concise with those answers. And I was passionate about what I was saying. And after I saw what they showed the church, and I don't want to take anything away from anybody, because I've had people, recognize me and be like, hey, I saw that video at church. That really blessed me. And I don't want to take anything away from them. I'm glad that it did. But I saw the video too, and there were so many things of substance that I did say that was not included. It was very much chopped and screwed. And it was very much like, let's keep the focus on exactly what we're trying to promote, and let's leave out a lot of the that's how it felt to me. And I was like, okay, this isn't where I want to be. This isn't my kind of setting. And I was already in a space with my spirituality where I was like, I don't want to identify as a Christian. I don't think Christianity is what I need to be doing. I don't have an issue with it, and I actually identify with Christ consciousness. But going to a Christian church, going to any type of church, where it's not really real, I'm not trying to, you know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to be a part of. And there's a difference between like real and relatively real, but that's a whole nother, conversation and a whole nother video. But that was the one thing that really solidified, okay, my spiritual journey. I think that's the part where I recognized who I was years ago when I sang worship, praise and worship, for that other mega church, who I was then, is not who I am now. And it's okay that I'm a different person and I'm a different version of me now. And I was trying to make something fit that wasn't fitting anymore. And so, yeah, I wanted to tell that story because I had been thinking about authenticity a lot. And I wanted to post on this channel again, just because I just felt like it's time to start posting again on your actual channel, because, you know, nothing against TikTok or anything, but, you know, I know what being shadow banned is like. I know what, you know, selective algorithm is like. It's not a free-for-all the way that it was advertised when it first came out. Like, you can do a video and it go viral because everybody has access to it, or everybody, or, you know, whatever the case. It is very much regulated and restricted, even though people don't want to say that. And I'm definitely not going to spend money for engagement or anything like that. But I do still want to share content. I did get a little, what also made me jaded on TikTok was I had more people that were against me just watching it than people that actually resonated with what I was saying. And so for this channel, it's not about engagement. It's really just about, well, I will engage with you if you comment or whatever, but it's not that for me. It's more like a documentation of just things that I originally was sharing on TikTok and wanted to, but when I saw this, how stunted it became, it kind of threw me off. So put in more faith in YouTube at this time. So anyway, I just want to share that. Obviously, I made it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have my own place. I was gonna do a video about that, but I don't even want to really get into that or the details of that. But no matter what, as long as you're in your authenticity and following your soul path, following what your soul is saying to do, you are gonna see the light. You are gonna see the light. Peace, love, and light. Work on that shadow.